Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so we'll record this just in case we have some people that want to hop on live. So today we're just going to have kind of a bit of an open forum chat and see what everyone's doing, what's working for everybody. I know that a lot of people are running gut protocol groups. We can chat about that. We can also chat about the Keith Callahan group that started today, the recruiting. So if you did not sign up for that, I'm sure you can still sign up for the link. We shared the link, which is where you sign up, and all you do is sign up with your email address so that you can get into the group. And that is today through Thursday. So we can chat about that if you've seen it or you've seen today's post. But really, we're just going to kind of leave it open. So you can ask questions about stuff you want to chat about, or if you have something you feel is really working, the floor is yours.
So I was going to ask, because I had a really bad month in March. I didn't have anyone sign up, which is fine. So I guess I wanted to hear what everyone else is kind of doing that I can add to my own routine to help get some more clients or some more engagement. I put call to actions on a lot of my things. I reach out to people, but I have the same people following me on like my stories. So I can't keep talking to them as far as, hey, you want to join my boot camp? Because that's annoying. I talk to them on other times. So I guess I wanted to know what other people suggest or doing that I'm not doing potentially.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a little look-see. How much content did you post in March?
I was pretty April. I'm sorry, it was April that I was.
April.
I posted even twice a day for 10 days, part of like a challenge.
Yeah.
But, I was posting pretty frequently every day, if not twice a day, and then there was maybe a couple of days where I was sick and I couldn't do anything. But outside of that, I was pretty frequent.
No, that's awesome. I would say, so sometimes what gets frustrating in this business is there's a delay. There's a success delay, and at the same time, there's also a delay if you're not working, you feel it. So I'm looking at it. You have a bunch of reels, which is great. I don't know how much you did in April, but I would just say if you did that reel challenge for 10 days, focus on creating good content like you're doing, and just know it's super frustrating because you want it to catch up with you in the month that you do. For me personally, I don't know, Jessica, maybe, or Laura, anybody else wants to talk about this? I feel like there's like a 3-month delay. I feel like what I do now, I'm going to feel in the summer. And same thing, if I slack off now, if I've had good momentum, sometimes it's easy for me to slack and I won't feel it yet, but I'll feel it in a few months. So, if you're consistently creating content, keep doing that. I don't know I would say, well, what were you doing in January? Like, were you consistent with content in January? Were you consistently showing up on stories? Because a lot of times if I'm having a slow month, it's not what I did that month. It's what I did the months prior.
I can't recall what I was doing in January. I was posting a lot. I don't know if it was every day though. And I do show up for the most part almost every day on my stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at your social media, I've been stalking. So first of all, I started stalking you last week because you posted a reel, I think, in the chat thread. And I was like, I've got to check this girl out. And I freaking love your posts. I think they're really good. And I think your reels are really good. You're consistent on your stories. So I think you're doing fabulous. Looking at your bio, I would move that you have pre-postnatal specialist up to the top, because that's something that a lot of people need. There's so many women who don't know what to do pre and postnatal, and it's kind of overwhelming. So I would make that a bigger piece of your bio if that's kind of your niche market. And I know you have small kids, and so that's probably kind of who you're catering to. So I would do that tiny adjustment, which isn't a huge deal. And I would, like Raquel was saying, there's such a delay. Don't stop your 10-day challenge, because you don't want that to be for nothing. Like, keep going. Like, you have to be consistent for like 6 months. And then you start to, all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, all of a sudden this has gotten so much easier, because you're building momentum. And then that funnel just explodes. And you're going to have months too where it comes really easy. and all of a sudden everybody wants to sign up, and you put a call to action and people, it just explode. And then the next month you put the same call to action, you put the same energy behind it, and it's like flat line. Did they see it? Is my Instagram broken? And that happens, and that's okay. Beachbody can kind of make you feel like, oh my God, I suck at life because I got Success Club 0, but then the very next month you get Success Club 20. So remember to look at it more as a grandiose scale. It doesn't really matter if you have an off month, as long as you're continuing to see progress. If you're able to look at a quarter snapshot and a 6-month snapshot, and you're able to say, I'm still making money and I'm still having success, you're totally fine. You're going to have ebbs and flows, and that's okay. Don't let that paralyze you, because that's the biggest thing, is you have that one off month and you're like, well, I suck. My social media sucks. This isn't for me. And you go down this dark rabbit hole, and then your failure just like steamrolls. You build momentum in the other way. So what you're doing is correct. I love your social media. I think it's so great. You've got 2,900 followers. So that's a lot of people to be engaging with. So start there. So if you have people that are watching your stuff, great. But I would dive into those 2,900 that are already following you and engage with them, because there's a high likelihood that they're not seeing your content. And if you start to engage with their content, or start to engage with them, period, then you're going to be, you'll then pop back into their feed.
Gotcha.
And so it will naturally lift. And then make sure that you're spending your work time networking with new people, meaning, searching for 20 to 30 people a month that are new to your network and new to your follower base, that you can kind of find that's in that niche. That's your pre and postnatal. That's people that are postpartum. They're looking for that postpartum help. Find those people, and then you're kind of filling that funnel for the future.
Okay. I will do that. I'll look at my followers too and adjust that. Reach out to them.
Yeah, but your content is super cute. So yeah,
good. It's really good.
keep going with that, because it looks great.
And you literally changed your bio whilst we were talking. That's cool. Okay. I love that action.
Yeah.
Love that action. I just refresh and like, and there it is. But see, that's like the first thing I see. So I see, okay, Vanessa, and then the first thing I see is that. And that's really where people kind of engage. They decide, do I want to read more about this person or do I not? And if I'm somebody who's like, yes, that's what I need because I'm postpartum and I feel like poop, even people that are like, I'm 3 years postpartum and I still haven't lost the weight, they're going to be drawn to that.
Yeah.
But I love that. That's, cool. Can y'all still, my screen just disappeared. Are y'all still there?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Keep going. My Zoom has like disappeared out of me. I was telling Vanessa I'm on my old computer, so who knows what could happen.
Yeah, and this is Lauren. I was just gonna say I completely agree with everything Jessica just said. Like I have like not very many grow that, and there definitely is a lag of like the time it takes like being consistent with reels and seeing people come and view your social media and then like starting the conversation with them to like build a relationship. But with that said, like over time it does build. So but I have been trying to be more consistent networking and adding people, and then they kind of start to follow me, and then we have conversations back and forth. So I think, it will build in time. I had an awesome month last month, not last month, in March, and I had like nobody in April, and then I got like 0, and it is frustrating, but it is what it is. So just keep showing up. And does anybody, like I tried to update my Instagram, like under where it says my name, to add more info about me, and like I tried to follow Brock Johnson's video to do that, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do it.
What do you mean? Like what could you
Do you
not
guys know what I'm talking about? So so right under where it would say like Lauren LeClaire, or I guess on that same line, like you can add more information now, which is like searchable. But I can't seem to do it because when I like go to that line, it just gives me like a category for first and last name.
Oh, you put it next to your name. So if I wanted to change my name, right? like if you're, oops, sorry, if you see the name, like I have my credentials right there, you just
Yeah.
add it right on, and then it'll go, and it'll add it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Overthinking it. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't like in thinking about I still like struggle with my niche, like what it is, or like what women like. I have young kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I used to be a professional like working mom, so I understand all those struggles. But I don't know like sometimes how to like what people am I trying to reach? I guess like me before Beachbody, but that was me like a professional worker, and now like my personal situation has shifted. So I kind of struggle with like what I should put like in my bio.
Well, what do you feel like comes more natural to you? Like if you're in a season of life with being a stay-at-home mom with kids, I think that's a huge group right there. Like how do you fit it in? Like, you know what I mean? Like what you signed up through Christina Joyce, who was a mom with little kids. Like that attracted you. So I think you could definitely speak to that. If you feel more inclined to talk to the corporate working woman, cool, do that. But like what do you feel is easier for you to create content about, talk about, show in your life? Whatever comes easier to you, like I always say, like what the easiest route is the route I should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and I think I mean that is what I'm doing. Like I have way more time than I used to like focus on certain things like making like cooking and doing meals at home and stuff. So like just because I have more time because I'm home, so that's the kind of stuff I tend to share about more. But I do think I should sprinkle in more like things I wish I had known when I was working and had less time that I do now that would have helped me then. So I probably need to do like more of that.
Yeah,
Well.
no, I think that's a great way to kind of show both. Like, dang, this would have really saved me time, saved me energy. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
And I think pepper in, why you're enjoying this, like why you do this. For some stay-at-home moms, they're doing it because they want a purpose outside their kids. Some stay-at-home moms are doing this because they want to pay for Disney or vacation, or they want to pay for the extracurricular, the dance and the soccer and the baseball and all the things. So tap into that a little bit, because some people are doing it like they don't care about money at all. They just are doing it because they need that purpose. Some people are doing it because they're like, money's freaking tight, but I don't want to work outside the home. So this is what I'm doing to close the gap. And just be really honest about kind of what you're doing and why you're doing it, so that you can find people that are after that same thing. Because there's a lot of women who are like, man, I'd love to be a stay-at-home mom, but financially that's just not in the cards. Or there's some people who are like, I'm drowning being a stay-at-home mom because I feel like I'm just living in little land all the time and I don't have that adult interaction. So there's two kind of different avenues, and I would see what makes the most sense to you. Like Raquel said, go the easy path, what makes the most sense. Like for me, I still love to talk to corporate working women because that's where I spent so much of my time, and that's more personality type that I identify with. That just works. That's easier for me. And so that's generally the path that I take.
Thanks, that's really helpful. I'm just muted because my little guy is getting into my lipstick and causing mischief here. Hi.
See, that's a perfect thing to post about. Monday meeting with your assistant in the car.
Yeah, and he squeezed like a half a tube of lipstick out. No. How'd you do that in 2 seconds? Drink away. Mom, can I have muted?
Does anyone who is like crushing 4-week gut protocol want to share like what's working for them? Laura, I'm looking at you.
I know. We have okay. Yes. So if you hear two girls screaming, hold on. Give me 5 minutes. I'm almost home.
No worries. No worries. You get home safely, Mama.
I feel that on a deep level.
So I'm doing a second round of gut protocol, and I didn't have anybody new to sign up for the second group, but a couple of my ladies who rocked it in the first round wanted to do it again. So Kate and I are teaming up to have like a gut protocol group, which is cool to see, just like a different approach. And it's been really good. A couple of one of my ladies has lost like 8 inches, and she's just feeling awesome and like trying different foods and just really doing great. And I decided to do like a pair challenge in my bod group just to get some more engagement from people, and that's going really well too. Like having them choose like a member in the group or find someone from, no one found another person like outside to bring in, but that's my hope is that will happen in the future. But it's really good, like, and has increased activity in the group. We're just doing like a fun prize for whoever like stays through the challenge the longest and does all.
Love that. Thank you for sharing what's working. I definitely think, just from what we've seen in the pod, that having like a message pod seems to be really helpful in keeping people engaged and active, because sometimes they don't always like see the posts in the group, but having that pod seems to be like really helpful for people.
Yes, I have a Facebook pod too, and I agree. And I think because the people can post and see real-time responses from people, because apparently everybody is on Messenger all the time, like they pretty much respond right away. And in the pod, it is delayed and not as much activity. So I agree too. Like, it's nice to see, like, some of my ladies posted a question last night about the body block, but I fell asleep early and I didn't see it till this morning. And they were like totally helping each other out, giving each other like answers to stuff. And I was like, oh, see, you guys are awesome. You're like helping each other out, motivating each other. So it's good.
And that's good because you then see those future coach behaviors because they're doing it. So like I would reach out to those people on the side and be like, thanks so much for jumping in and helping. Like, it's so encouraging to have not, you don't want to be the person who jumps in all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that.
I was just going to say, I am about to be I'm starting week 4 for gut protocol, and it's been so awesome. It's been amazing. And I'm so glad they came out with this for everybody. And somebody signed up with me to start their first round. And it's honestly my first sign up in many moons. So I'm really looking forward to like getting to work with her through that and putting that hat back on for coaching somebody through the program. And I think it's going to be really, really good.
I love that. And you probably signed her up because you can tell that you're genuinely excited. And that's so key, because when you get excited about something, it's so natural for you to want to share it. I love that. What do you feel? Have you done the workouts alongside the same? So the 4-week for everybody alongside?
Yes. And like, it's probably my soulmate program, especially with like, I've kind of transitioning from like postpartum to, okay, where is my body at right now? Like those moves are just really, really working for me when I've been struggling with like other programs that I love, but they just aren't working for my body right now. Like I wasn't getting the muscle definition. I wasn't losing weight through them. With this, like paired with it, I love them and I'm excited about them. So I really need to talk up the workouts more too, because I think it's a different option than people might be used to. And it's something really unique that, I think a lot of people don't think of that middle ground with all the eccentric movement and the more gentle cardio too.
I was just going to say, did I read? I can't remember. I go through things. I'm trying to be really limited on how much time I spend online, but I feel like I saw that you talked about PCOS. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I think the focusing on the gentle cardio and like the slow eccentric, which I know is huge for PCOS, I think you shout that from the rooftops, because I think that is a niche that a lot of women are doing what they think should be helpful and it's actually backfiring. And I think that that would be so awesome for you to continue to like talk about so people can find you that are looking for like healing options. Because I think that that's such a, I think I remember reading your post. It was really awesome to hear how you have come through that and how you aren't even experiencing those symptoms anymore. So definitely talk more about that.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. I think that it's like the perfect option for it. So I'm really excited they included that in the, just options available to everyone.
Yeah, and you may have already done this, but you should do either like an IG live or a story series talking just like this, saying just what you just said, because that was very relatable, and that was very much like, oh, like I started day one today, and I'm like, ooh, what program is she doing? I want to do it. I want to do it with her. You seem so convicted that I'm like, well, it must be good because she's so happy with it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely will. Yeah, and honestly too, it's starting week 4. I don't think I've ever adhered to a program this much. Like at least I always do kind of like portion fix light or something, but I really
like boom.
So
You
relatable.
saying that there are literally 95% of women who are going to be like, ditto.
Yep.
Raquel and I are the queens of like starting and then being like, I think instead I'm gonna do this. So that's like something that, you know, and that's a discipline muscle. Women really like, they crave discipline, but they don't know how to get there. Like that's huge. You say that online and people are gonna be like, she's talking to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a really good learning experience. Like I'm happy to be going through it and happy to be done with it too and start it again probably.
That's good. Anybody else? I know Laura said she's going to be home, but I don't believe her. I don't believe you, Laura Simon. Anybody else have something that's working or questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Is anybody else doing the Keith Callahan recruiting thing? Yes, Lauren, Raquel. I think Laura said she's doing it. I signed up for it, but I haven't looked at anything. I haven't dived into it, but I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to do it.
Also, I was going to say, thank you, Brooke, for posting that. I was just about to talk about that. The body block started today. So it's running from today, May 2nd through the 22nd. And it's 21 days straight, completing 5 classes a week. I guess not 21 days straight, but that's when the challenge is. 5 body workouts a week and you earn badges. And then obviously they want to encourage you to submit your results to the Beachbody Challenge for a chance to win money. They do anywhere from like $500 to $1,000 to the top prize is $100,000. But it's just a great way if you could also promote it. I know a lot of us are doing 4-week gut protocol, which is awesome, but a lot of your customers may not. But getting them excited about doing body. I personally am obsessed with the body workouts. I am somebody who struggles with a structured routine because my life is chaotic. And if I fall off the structure, I just want to like quit. But body is so great for me because it gives me new things to do. I think the trainers on body are so high quality. I would just say encourage your customers if they're not currently following a structured program to try the body block and really get them excited about that because it's such a great program for us. So yeah, I'm also going to post in our pod. I saw some like body block calendars that are like really cute that have been created to help people, check them off. Everybody loves a good calendar situation.
I just found one. I'll pop it in. But if there's another one, because this one has like the on the bottom too.
Yeah, I pulled the ones this morning for a couple of the ladies that are doing the first body block. I pulled them off of the back office, so I can post them too.
Yeah.
But they're gonna, I think it's gonna be a great filler too, like between programs. Didn't Carl say, I think they're gonna do it for 6 weeks, right? So it's not just May, but like starting on the first Monday of every month for I think 6 weeks, I think is what he said. So. Or 6 months, I guess.
Oh, I like that. So they're going to be so body block is going to happen again in June, July. That's great for the summer because I feel like summertime people are just a disaster. Well, May is like December 2.0 and then summer, I feel like people are, all over.
Yeah.
And then one more thing, and I know we'll talk about it more this month, but just to kind of let you know, like, what's ahead. So Body Block is starting, which is really, really cool. I love Body. Definitely promote it. And then also Fire and Flow will be open to coaches and preferred customers on May 24th. So that is going to be exciting because I freaking love Jericho and Elise.
Mhm.
So super pumped about that.
Do you know when the sample is? Do you know when the sample is?
I don't.
I need to look that up. I'll be if I find it, or when I find it, I'll adjust that pin post and the team page, and I'll put all this stuff on there so that it's available. And I will make I'll adjust all those things and add it when we have it.
Cool. Cool.
I'm pretty sure it's May 9th. I was just looking at it and put it in my planner this morning. I'm pretty sure. So that's next
No,
week, right?
I think it's right. I think it is next Monday. I think it's a week from today. Brooke is
Yeah.
saying yes, comes out Monday. Yes. Okay, awesome. Yay, I'm super pumped for this one. Okay. And then also, if you guys are not going to Summit, you can still register for Summit. If you are not going and there's any way you can get to Summit, I cannot recommend it enough. Jessica and I went, we were baby coaches. I don't know. I think we had maybe been coaching 6 months and we didn't even know what the heck we were getting into. But when we went to Summit, it was like, oh, it was honestly an incredible experience, and really you get to see the heart of Beachbody. You get to hear from the CEO, which I know we get to hear from him now, but just to be there, be connected with tons of coaches in all different seasons, all different body types, different places around the country. It's awesome. And obviously our team is going to be there, so a way to connect with in person. There's so many of us that we haven't actually met in person, which is exciting. Yes, Brooke, it's exciting but overwhelmed with not knowing what it'll be like. Okay, let me just say it's totally normal to feel that way, but when you get there, you're going to be able to feel more excited than overwhelmed. It's incredibly powerful. So again, if you're not registered, if there's any way you can get there, it's in St. Louis, Missouri this year. It'll rock your socks off. It's a rocking good time. You get to work out with the trainers. You get to have the best of the best training. It's awesome. We will be, Jessica and I have been working on a summit tank. We always do like a summit tank. So when we go to the super workout, we're all in the same gear. We will be posting that hopefully soon, so that we can get that ordered as well. But yeah, we probably need to start a message pod for those going so that we can answer questions and let you know what's happening. So we will definitely do that. Good suggestion, Brooke. Anything else on that, Jess?
I don't think so. Summit, I think you talked about this, but Summit registration will start the end of this week, depending on what you've qualified for, how long you've been a coach, and then open registration is also on Monday. So you should have gotten an email, I think it came last week, that had the registration option so that you can look at it ahead of time. And so it basically lets you register for what workouts you want to do, and it'll let you kind of choose a track. And then there's also, you'll see on there, there's leadership options. So if you're looking to qualify for something, if you're looking to hit Diamond, or if you're looking to qualify for something for Summit, make sure you have those dates because they will be fast approaching. You also see on the pin post that we have at the top of the team page, there are parties that they have at Summit, little events that happen after the sessions are over, so at nighttime, but those are things that you have to qualify for. So whether you're a brand new baby coach or you've been a coach forever, there's qualifications available for you, and you can get yourself to those parties. The qualifications happen from your productivity in April and May, however. So if that is something that's important to you, get it done and don't miss it, because that window will close very quickly. Yes. Okay. Well, that is all. We are going to hop off of here. Have the most wonderful Monday, and I will have May updated by the end of today. Hope you have a good day. Bye, y'all.